So I recall how in one of my earlier videos, specifically from the first year I did YouTube, I didn't upload for a period of 10 days and considered that alone to be quite a while. If only I could have foreseen what was coming up, because up to this point I have not uploaded in about 2.5 months. Well, I guess it's better to come back late than never. I'm making my return in the form of this video where I'm going to be showcasing some footage from one of the things I've done in the intervening periods. Suffice it to say, I've not really been all that busy, or at least for the first half of the summer, so I can't really use that excuse. I did things here and there, but I wasn't preoccupied to the point where it could have stopped me from making content. The most logical and simplest explanation was that I didn't really feel like it. I didn't really have the motivation nor the drive to really churn out videos. That's really what all it came down to. I've been working on a little project since the tail end of July that I'm thinking about uploading on YouTube, or I'm going to be uploading on YouTube, but I don't know exactly if I'm going to make it public or not. But the footage I'm going to be showing you is from my recent, I guess the term recent is relative if you consider 2 weeks ago recent, my relatively recent trip with my cousin's family to the seaside beach resort town of Seabrook, Washington. It was a pretty interesting experience, my first time being in a town like that, so I'm going to be showing you the footage right now and I hope you enjoy it. Would you look at this? There's seashells dotting the sides of streets like they're gravel. I mean, but that's what this area is. It's a beachside resort community. It's called Seabrook on Pacific Beach. There's the house we're staying at. You can see it says Seascape on it. Don't be misled, it's 2 stories. Well, technically 1 story with a basement. I will film inside of there once I'm back inside, but look at this. Look at all this. All these oyster shells. This is what it looks like. I'm on this trail right here. Cuts through the middle. There's a little pavilion area right there. This almost looks like the most idealistic beachside American suburb you can ever see. Look at church-looking building. Of course, strict regulations. Fancy street signs. In some ways, it almost feels like you're on the East Coast. Not that I've ever been there, but it sort of carries the characteristic of one. There's a little cafe in there that almost looks Italian. You can see some of the tables and chairs in there. If we were filming an Italian restaurant assassination scene, this would be the location. And here's a rather archaic looking building with an archaic looking plaque of a place that was established in 2020. So, real old. Really old. Look at this. There's the stairs over there that go up to the pool house. Some more houses. There's a restaurant right over there. It's a pizzeria. So here was the pool archway that I was talking about. This is the southern entrance of it. If you walk up this street right here that leads up past it, which it's just up there, you could see a little bit of it. You could just see how almost too perfect this neighborhood looks. Look at that house down there, that corner house. I mean, just wow, in the sense that this doesn't feel real in a sense, and I guess it isn't, because all these houses are pretty much the same. So I guess you can argue that, you know, a lot of these houses can be superficial. Here's a little community field with some volleyball and soccer spaces, a little gathering area for if you want to hold events. And there's the pool house in there. There's actually people naked in there, so I'm glad that you can't see through the glass, because that would just be weird of me to do. I'm pretty sure some of those people now are just gonna come out and clap my cheeks. So here's some of the houses down here. Pretty nice. It's pretty nice at night too, because there's a bunch of string lights underneath the areas. I'm gonna walk off the field now. And show you this house, which looked almost colonial in its front facade motifs, with the whole, you know, front portico, the little columns, the white ornaments. You know, you can see it even has this little I wouldn't even know what you would call that, little structure that goes out on the top of the roof. This house is, I don't know if that's like a guest house or something, but this house is surprisingly skinny in comparison to this one. This one appears to have some sort of a rooftop deck on top of it. Yeah. So we just came off of the street that bounds the field. Evidently this town appears to, or this community rather, appears to try to look as much of an American suburb as possible, because there are even entrances to the houses on trails that lead from the street. Would you fucking believe that? It's a nice place, for sure. It's one of the few places in the world, I suppose, that you're not guaranteed to have your ass cheeks ripped off if you walk through it at night. Like, you're not guaranteed to be mugged, because I'm at a loss for words, honestly. Like I said, this neighborhood is a little bit, this town is a little bit too perfect. There's a little plaque on there that tells you to let it be. Yeah, unless you're too fucking poor to afford a rental at this town. This is rather interesting sculpture. I'm not sure if this was unfinished or if someone was just trying to make a little butt plug right here. Now, in the footage I've just shown you, I have others like it where I joke in a similar manner. If by any chance the people who built Seabrook, Washington see this video, I really hope that they don't take too much offense to it. If they do happen to see it and do indeed take offense to it, I could very well be banned for life from that town. It was a very nice town. I hope I didn't rag on it too hard. It's all jokes. It's all, you know, fun and games. I didn't really mean anything. It's a beautiful community, and if you have the money to afford a rental there, I highly recommend going. It's a very interesting experience for someone who hasn't really been to a town of that nature, or even let alone a rental house. Every place that I vacationed at was either a hotel or, yeah, pretty much a hotel, and those don't come in single houses, so, you know, I haven't even been in an Airbnb yet in my life. So with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed that footage. Thanks for watching, and I hope to be more consistent with my uploads, or at least upload more frequently, because, you know, I have some ideas, so I want to be able to get to work on them and push those out for shits and giggles. So thank you once again, and goodbye. See you in the next video.